up, guys? It's Showtime's Fight Forum. You already know what it is. It's your boy Showtime, where we talk all things fights related. All right. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow me on social medias at Showtime Sanders. Now, this conversation is going to be a fun one, as always, but definitely fun because we could be talking about top 5 power punchers or kickers in UFC history. Now, this is going for people who finish people, all right, with these strikes. Now, so you're not going to have Justin Gaethje or just the Jose Aldos based off of, like, leg kicks. Because, granted, they have ended fights with leg kicks, but it's not as often as these guys have finished fights. So, I will say they're on an honorable mention because they're very heavy strikers. But these are the heaviest strikers ever, okay? And this is not just based off of knockout lists. This is based off of what I've seen, the power that's come from this. From these people, and they're probably the most scariest guys that ever existed in MMA history. So let's go with number 5. Number 5 is actually a tie. Okay, I couldn't really come up with like I couldn't pick between the two because they're both very scary human beings and they both are very powerful strikers. Now, it's tied between Yoel Romero and Mirko Krokop. Now let's put this out when we talk about Krokop. They named this man legs Cemetery, okay? Cemetery. I forgot what the other one was because it also meant death. But both of them meant death. And you knew it was coming and you still got KO'd. He was probably one of the most scariest guys in his time. And you know, he didn't become UFC champion, but when it came to pride, the guy was not unbeatable, but if you standing with him, you knew what was happening. He was getting slept with something. It was either the left leg or the right leg, and that's why they nicknamed it. So, easily, 5. So, next guy is going to be Yoel Romero. I love you, Jesus. I love you. Now, Yoel Romero's the most athletically gifted fighter we've ever seen in MMA. If you want to argue it, you argue with your mama. I'm not about to argue with you, okay? Distant second and third is Jose and GSP. However, Yoel. At the end of the day, he's 40 years old and he's still more athletic than everybody in the whole world. That right there, he's an animal. Now, when it comes to his punches, he wasn't ever the most technically sound guy, but when it comes to punching power, you didn't want to face him. You knew what was happening. I've never seen a person fight Yoel Romero and left unscathed until he went to Bellator. And that's because he's washed. But when it came to his UFC career, his Strikeforce career, anytime you fought him, you knew you were going to get hurt. You knew you possibly going to get dropped. More than likely, you were getting dropped. Even the fights that he lost, you was in a fight. He hurt you very badly. Very badly. And you wish he didn't. So yeah, easily, my number 5. 4, Dan Henderson. When they give you, once again, I'm telling you, one of the rules that you kind of starting to see here, if they give you your power shot a nickname, you need to be on this list. The Hendo Bomb, you thought you died. Let's keep it a stat. When he did that, Michael Bisping is probably one of the most gruesome knockouts I've ever seen in my life. You thought he died. And then the fact that he followed up with another, you don't want to see it. And I know Michael Bisping has never seen that video after the first time he seen it. Because I know he wondering, bro, my ghost, how am I here? Because he did that to me. So, like I said, the power shot of Hendo, he only had one punch. And he was able to have a longevity of a career strictly off of that one punch with one hand. He was a talented fighter beforehand. He obviously was a great wrestler, this and the third. But the older he got, he relied on only one shot that everybody knew was coming. It didn't matter because if he hit you with it, you was going to sleep. That's that old strength, that old knockout power. So, or he very well could be higher on this list, but there's some people up here that are mutants. So, that's the reason why. Now, 3. You could honestly put him 4 or 5. However, I'm a little biased because I'm a big fan of his, and I just think that it's ridiculous the amount of people he knocked out and also the weight classes, and that's Anthony Joshua. I said Joshua. Anthony Johnson. Rumble Johnson, young man Rumble, would knock you out with your legs, your hands, your feet. It does not matter. He can punch you in your daggone chest, you're going to go to sleep. Like the fact that he was even able to make weight at 170 is ridiculous, but the fact that he was able to knock out 170 pounders and then went all the way up to heavyweight to still knock out heavyweights. I mean, let's put this in perspective as well. Phil Davis, he's never been finished. I've never been knocked out By the grace of God, he didn't get knocked out by Anthony Johnson, because Johnson hit him with so many bombs, and we've never seen him skedaddle like the way he did when he got punched. The reason why is because guess what? This man he can actually execute the shots, because he's so athletic, he can get inside and land whatever shots he wants. But when he does land, it's devastating. It's the equalizer. It's awful. Like, you don't want to get punched. He is a scary human being. I would never fight Anthony Johnson. Never. His punches, there's certain people who, you'll see knockouts and you're like, oh, okay, that knocked him out. That was a good shot. There's other people who hit you and you like, damn, that hurt. I wish he never touches me. Anthony Johnson is that guy. Now, number 2, Derek Lewis, Black Beast. And here's the reason why he's 2. And this is outside the fact that he has the UFC record of most knockouts ever. The most simplest reason is this. I've said this and I've been on record. I think he is one of the worst great fighters I've ever seen in my life. I mean, bro, cardio, technique, quickness, athleticism, okay. In reality, what is he great at? Like, what? Like, I don't even want to disrespect, because I love his hustle. I love the fact that he made honestly a life that was going downwards into making money, and he's honestly seemed like a really good dude. And I would love to hang out with him. However, when it comes to fighting, his skill level, he's not that great. The only reason that he was able to fight for the title twice, the only reason he's been in the top 5 and be able to get these nice cars and be able to provide for himself is because he has the touch of death in his hands. So, I mean, at the end of the day, just look at the videos, man. He puts people to sleep, and badly at that. It's really, like I said, number 2, easily Derek Lewis. The only reason why he ain't number 1 is because there's a freakazoid at number 1. And we already know who number 1 is. The guy who nobody really wants to fight, because he is the scariest man that ever existed in the UFC, and that is Francis Ngannou. He is so technically flawed, it's not even funny. Like, the slow-mo video of him and Biggie Boy, have you seen that? Have you seen his punches? They're terrible. Some of them he wasn't even putting his hips into. But it don't matter. It really don't matter. When you got the touch of Wakanda in your hands, it don't matter what the technique is. Because the punches are terrible every time. But he's the UFC champion. He beat Stipe. Who's the greatest heavyweight ever? How was he able to do that? Because he has the most powerful punch I've ever seen in MMA history. I've never seen nobody punch this. You more than likely won't. Because what he has, you just can't teach. Dudes can take steroids, you ain't punching as hard as Francis. So, there's been only one person? No, now it's 2 people who have left conscious fighting him. It's not gonna be too many others. You have to wrestle him. You have to wear him out. Because at the end of the day, if he punches you, I don't care who the hell you are. Like, he punched Kane so hard, everybody thought he tore his ACL and broke his ankle. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, you can keep going, but you thought when Blade got knocked out, you thought that he was daft and he was looking for his glasses. Like, Francis Ngannou is number 1. I don't really think it's a debate. If you want to debate it, say it to Francis. Don't say it to me. Talk to him about it. Maybe he'll show you and prove why. But as always, man, thank you guys for watching. You already know what it is. This is your boy Showtime. This is Showtime's Fight Form. Make sure y'all be blessed as always.